of that is huge. So that is going to be a challenge where government alone, both the central and state governments alone, cannot meet that rising demand for people looking into portals of higher learning, to get into portals of higher learning. It's just not possible. So that is where the public-private partnership is very important, which is happening. I was happy to see the statistics which he mentioned, our Vice Chancellor, that he said Bharathiar University has come within 30 in the Indian ranking, but I wish it comes within 10 ranks very soon. I hope it'll be possible under his leadership. And with the synergy coming in from organizations like my organization, DRDO, and networking with other universities and technical institutions. So when you look at this, the kind of the leadership which is rising, the demand, 5 of those below 30 was private universities, private institutions, Birla Institute of Technology, Amity University, Vellore Institute of Technology. So I find a lot of private sector is coming with the quality of education. So that is where I thought we should look, government, both central and state government, should promote this public-private partnership in higher education, which is very vital for investing in innovation-driven, research-driven institutions, universities. The next is research and innovation. The university should become cradles of innovation. This is the theme in which I spoke in Thiruvallur University, where I had the Chancellor also presiding over the function 6 months ago in Vellore. The university should churn out the innovations, inventions, discoveries should come from here, because the most creative, innovative phase of one's life is between 20 to 40 years. After that, you build only on experience, you get into depth of understanding, but that innovation, creativity is at the peak between this 20 to 40 years. That population is here in universities. So that is why universities should become the cradles of innovation. For our country, it should become a cradle of frugal innovations. That means you should develop technologies, as he was mentioning. The solar panel, Honorable Minister for Higher Education was mentioning, the solar panels. Fortunately, our DRDO Bharathiar University Center is working on nanotechnology, leading to those cost-effective solar panels, flexible solar panels we are going to develop. We are already making an effort in that direction, nanotechnology being given a focus on Bharathiar University DRDO Center. So such kind of innovation will happen only in universities. So I'm sure that this Bharathiar University will churn and also throw up a lot of exciting innovations, research innovations. So the government of India declared this decade as a decade of innovation. This 2010 to 2020 is the decade of innovation, in which I'm happy that Tamil Nadu government is giving a focus for all universities and educational institutions, the research and innovation-driven educational institutions. And the National Innovation Council, which has been set up by Government of India, is actually addressing this issue. How do we synergize? How do we bring an ecosystem in the educational institution like Bharathiar University? So that is what is the aim, and how do we mine the technologies and leads in science and technology which is happening in universities to be translated into a product, technology, or a process. So this is very, very important. So I'm happy that Bharathiar University is taking a lead in this. There are 3 important players required for innovation. Academia, that is faculties, research scholars who are there in universities. Then you need R&D institutions like DRDO, Atomic Energy, Space, CSIR. They must translate that knowledge into a technology. Then you need industry, the third entity, the industry. So all this is very important, the 3 important players, and there should be networking, connectivity, and integration of all these 3 players so that India will throw up frugal innovations, which will be cost-effective, affordable, accessible, not only to Indian community, not only the people below poverty line, but also people who are there elsewhere in a similar situation in other countries as well. Then the next thing is internationalization is very important. Because today it's a globalized world where knowledge is available open, and also the open sources. And many universities from abroad, be it Harvard, be it MIT, Caltech, they want to collaborate with Indian institutions. That is where our universities, institutions, educational institutions, should network for force multiplication, synergy, so we will be able to move fast to take the leadership role and become knowledge superpower. So this window of opportunity which is available today must be harnessed, and the government, both state as well as central government, should promote this kind of internationalization of higher education, where synergy comes in, where faculty exchange, student exchange, research collaboration, and also even through the high bandwidth, you can have virtual classrooms being done here. So this is very important to develop such facilities in Bharathiar University. Now, to mention a few important things where our organization, the country, defense, have benefited from Bharathiar University interaction is huge. So I must compliment the Bharathiar University Vice Chancellor, the faculties, syndicate, and all those who are connected with this DRDO Bharathiar University Center on life sciences. You have done wonderful service to the soldier who has to work in high altitude, cold, desert, underwater, aerospace, low intensity conflict like in J&K, Northeast. You have done a very useful service. So one project which has been done from here is futuristic combatant personality. How the futuristic combatant personality should be in next 20 years, what will be the battle scenario, and how what kind of profile of people required, soldiers required to fight in that battlefield scenario. Wonderful job done from here. Then the women induction into the armed forces, particularly Air Force. This Bharathiar University Center has given as the anthropometric database for women induction into the Air Force. It's a very unique contribution which has been done. They've also developed bioremediation for all the ammunition depots to be cleared and make it environment friendly. They have done a wonderful job. And like this, number of innovations and support to this, our DRDO and the defense has come. So I must take this opportunity to thank the Vice Chancellor and also particularly our colleagues, Dr. PVL Rao and Dr. Kadirvelu and Mangal Raj from the university, and now Gopalan. Number of people are spearheading this. So I want the cooperation of all the faculties to give a new thrust for this collaboration so that the defense will be benefited, country will be benefited. And the last message I like to give to the students passing out and also to the faculties, the young faculties and senior faculties, we should look for a new paradigm for higher education. We have done well, but then if you have to become a knowledge superpower, you need a new paradigm. What is that new paradigm which we should look for? The universities and educational institutions should be research and innovation driven. So you just cannot only teach and memorize, the students memorize the chapters and then they give the exams. They should learn. You promote creativity, problem-solving ability to the students. So our educational delivery mechanism should look into new paradigm. The pedagogy which is used should be actually developing that ability in the students, not just to memorize and get 95% or 100% marks. That may not be the end. How much you have learned, how much you have developed your capability, that is important. So we need a new paradigm in terms of educational delivery mechanisms. Then we should optimally harness the public-private partnership, both in research, innovation, and academics. Then education quality is important. It's just not the number, but ultimately the quality of people you produce will ultimately decide whether where is the ranking going to be, whether 30 or it's going to be 10 will be determined by the quality of people you produce. For the students, give your best. Whatever you do, look for perfection and give your best with passion. Do any job which you do, be it a teaching, research, or administration, or even political governance, do it with passion. So give your best, whatever you do. Keep the nation at the back of your mind. Whatever you think, whatever you speak, whatever you do, keep the country at the back of your mind, which we don't do, which we hardly do. And finally, look for higher goals in life. Don't just look for a job. After passing out, look for a job. Set higher goals. What do you want to achieve in life? You should be remembered for something unique. Each one of you should be remembered for something unique you do. So that should be your goal in life. Finally, to conclude, I like to quote from Bharathiar, because I belong to a village near Ettayapuram. That's where I studied my schooling. I did my schooling in Ettayapuram. So I belong to a very small village here in Tamil Nadu, where the school was only up to 8th standard. So I used to go in cycling to Bharathiar's birthplace, Etebram. So fortunately, this university is named after this great poet and the place where I studied, where he was born. So I thought I'll conclude my speech with his வெள்ளி பனிமலையின் மீதுலாவுவோம் அடி மேலை கடல் முழுதும் கப்பல் விடுவோம் பள்ளி தலமனைத்தும் கோவில் செய்குவோம். It should be temple of learning. That means when he said Palli, it is not schools alone. He mentioned all about educational institution. It should become a temple of learning. So it should be holistic learning, personality development. பள்ளி தலமனைத்தும் கோவில் செய்குவோம் எங்கள் பாரத தேசம் என்று பேர் சொல்லுவோம். See, so Bharata Desam, he had that, you think of the nation, whatever you do, whatever you speak, whatever you think, you should have Bharata Desam என்று தோள் கட்டுவோம். ஆயுதம் செய்வோம், நல்ல காகிதம் செய்வோம், ஆலைகள் வைப்போம், கல்வி சாலைகள் வைப்போம், which is happening now. ஓயுதல் செய்யோம், தலை சாயுதல் செய்யோம், உண்மைகள் சொல்வோம், பல நன்மைகள் செய்வோம். So that is the message I like to give it to you. My best wishes. Thank you.